All right, welcome back to the Mortuary Channel. We're going to do a video with James, and James is a funeral director who flew all the way out here from Canada. And I'm going to let James introduce himself, and then we're going to, we have someone in here already who's going to go through the Aquamation process, and we're just going to start the machine. James worked with me yesterday. He actually, we did an Aquamation together. He went out on the road with me. We picked up death certificates. We went to a couple of hospitals. We went to the Alameda County Coroner's office. So kind of gave him a taste of life at Pacific Interment Services. But James, introduce yourself and just let the people know. Make sure you plug your operation over there in Canada and tell the folks about it.
Sure. Well, I'm James McNeil from Chatham, Ontario, Canada, which seems like a billion miles from here, different world. Where did I find you? On the internet.
On YouTube.
I'm watching your YouTube channel, and this guy's on this journey, this Aquamation journey as a provider. And all these months later, and we've realized we're also on the same journey. But thanks to your steps along the way, things that you've learned and you've shared with the rest of us, we thought we're going to get in a plane. We're going to come meet this guy and see this operation. It's been yesterday was really cool. As a fellow funeral director, we do the exact same things, but it's just all slightly different. Different permits, different this. But going to that hospital yesterday was it's in the back. Through the chaos of the basement, waiting in the elevator, where's the thing? Hey, Jeff, and all the same stuff, which was really, really cool. Even had a detour because of motor vehicle
accident. Fatal accident right in front of the hospital.
No help to him, but
no help.
But we're now very excitedly just drinking in the wisdom and the experience of where you guys have come to this point, because we want to bring this into our world. And there's 4 providers in our area. I think 7 in the entire country, nation of Canada, big country. And we think we believe, as you do, that this is the future. This is the future of body disposition.
Yeah, I think that this really is the best case scenario.
Right.
It's takes the best parts of incineration, the best parts of burial, and kind of puts them together in a very clean, eco-friendly, gentle manner of disposition. I never in a million years would have imagined that this would be available when I first started. It was just inconceivable.
Because when that comes from you, like I know, like beside us here, you got a couple of retorts here. You've been the cremation guy for decades. Like cremation. And you've honed that industry, all of that, the know-how, how it works, how the volume you built. But so for you to see the value in this, or see the movement of this to the future, that's what really spoke to me in those videos. Thinking like, this guy is saying that, you were going like, oh, what's this weirdo thing? But you see the value in it, and I thought, I'm going to keep watching these videos. And
as an independent operator, and that's why I deal with a lot of independent operators that call me, because my phone number's out there on YouTube.
Right.
A lot of it is just for repairs, retorts, and stuff like that. I get calls weekly. Somebody's machine is broken down. The techs can't figure out what's going on, and I get on the phone with them or on FaceTime, and we're able to resolve their issues.
Right.
But I want to make the differentiation between a guy like you, right, who's a small family-owned, independent operator, and the big guys, the Service Corporation International, the foundation partners, those guys. I wouldn't lift a finger to help anyone.
Yeah, you said that on our first phone call.
I would not. I always ask people, and anytime anybody calls me for anything, my first question to them is, are you independently owned? Are you the owner?
Right.
Even if it's just, we're all incorporated as a matter of...
You said, I already checked you out. Like maybe you looked at our website or something. Okay, they're just regular people. They're not the corporation. I thought, okay, good. So
that's the investigator in me. I always, trust but verify, right?
Yeah.
But here are some of the things that I've noticed just structurally about this Aquamation and how it's progressing. This is brand new. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta emphasize that. As far as human dispositions, this type of disposition is brand new.
Right.
You know, it's legal, I think, in maybe 13 states or something.
31.
Oh, 31, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's 13 that it's
Yeah.
not, that
Yeah.
are left to, or a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it's been a very slow process. And
Yeah.
I think part of it, from what I'm hearing from death doulas and other people in the industry, you know, they're saying, well, how about the effluents? You know, is the effluents dangerous? Is it going to pollute the earth? Is all this stuff going to happen?
Sure.
And none of that is true. We just did a test. Our effluents came, it was such a comprehensive test. And all of these things, the nickel, the chromium, the lead, the silver, all, you know, any pollutants, any poisons, any type of
Chemotherapy, all that stuff.
It was 100% non-detectable
Yeah.
in the water. It
Yeah.
was just as if you'd open a faucet up. You're going to get the same
Just
results.
purified.
Well, probably better than a faucet at this point, from what I know. But in any event, I think that stems from a fear from the industry, and realize the industry controls everything now, right? That
Sure.
90+% of places worldwide have some affiliation with a corporation, a big corporation.
It's the same in Canada. It's the same corporations are in Canada. There's
Right.
still lots of little companies like ours, but yeah, I know what you mean. They control. They will
You
not
used to have the
allow
Lowen group up there that went real sideways a long time ago, but
Yeah.
that's a whole different story. There's a documentary on the Lowen group. Anybody who's interested in like entertainment by way of corruption, take a look at that.
Well, it's a Jamie Foxx movie too. It's called what's called The Burial or something like that. Jamie Foxx plays the lawyer. They made a movie out of
They
it.
made a movie out
Yeah.
of the Lowen group. But what I think is happening is that these things are expensive, okay? And those things over there are expensive too. The problem is the industry has spent like literally hundreds of years investing in the retorts, in the flame cremation.
Yeah.
To now have something like this that's going to compete with that investment, you realize if you have this big corporation and you own literally thousands of funeral homes across
They're going to fight it.
different continents, and now you have something where you have to literally put in another $500,000 piece of equipment.
Yeah.
There's going to be some, you know, pencil pushers that don't like that,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So
Huge investments.
that's my opinion on what's going on with all this misinformation, and I do my very best. I just recently did a video on what's in the effluents.
Yep. Yep.
You know, and it's not, you're not flushing any part of a human being into the sewer collection system.
Right.
There's nothing. There's no RNA. There's no DNA. There's nothing. So that's real important.
Same as up the stack from a retort. There's no DNA going up that retort either, right?
No, and there's no
And
DNA
there's no
left in
person.
the cremated remains. There's
Yeah.
no person going up
Yeah.
the smokestack. But what is going up the smokestack is a fair bit of carbon and
Yeah.
a fair bit of pollution,
Yeah.
both in the solid
Like
particulate.
500 pounds or something like that? Or?
No, I don't think it's that much, but
Okay.
but you know, it takes about 5.5, 6 million BTUs of gas alone,
Wow.
and the body's also combustible. It does, incinerate, and
Yep.
that's the purpose. And that also creates pollutants,
Sure.
both solid pollutants and carbon pollutants.
Straight up the stack.
And straight up the stack. So,
Yeah.
you know, this is as close to perfect as in my opinion, you will ever find.
Because you're talking zero emissions.
Zero emissions, and that's why, you know, when we started talking and you were, you know, wondering, you know, how do we do this? What do we do? You saw some of my videos on this piece of equipment.
Yeah.
It's a little different than the first gen of equipment,
Yep.
right? Because the first gen, this is an 8 or 9 hour process, right?
Sure.
This one will do it in 3 hours, as I proved to you yesterday.
Yeah,
I wanted you
incredible.
to see it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
This machine
Yeah.
will process in 3 hours.
Yeah, it's
right?
incredible.
So that makes it economically feasible for a production operation.
Sure.
You know, we have, I believe in this so much that we put this one in and I have another one on order.
Right. And the space for it.
And space for it. And by the way, just FYI, there is a lag time for getting these on into your facility. Right now, you know, I put my deposit for my second machine in January, And I'm hoping to get it by December, but I think that window is closing and I'm not gonna make it, so it'll be into 2025. But if you're a small operator or any operator, or even thinking of just getting into the business, this is novel, and it's the ground floor of a new way of handling human disposition. So it's something that, you know, you're an entrepreneur out there, you're a young guy, you're looking, you think, hey, you know, I got a few bucks, or maybe you need to take a loan, or however you want to structure that, and you want to look into something that you can get into that has a really bright future. This could be the ticket for the next generation funeral director, or just the next generation of person who wants to be an entrepreneur. Nothing feels better than to walk into your place and know that this belongs to you. That you're not there slaving away for somebody else who's making all the profits while you're on a W-2. Get off the W-2, in my opinion.
Right, yeah, I agree with you.
I don't know what they have in Canada. The W-2 here is in the U.S.
Right.
But anyway, what did you think of the facilities? I mean, this.
Well, you know, you've got things. I guess your years as a crematorium operator par excellence, you've just moved that into Aquamation. So things are neat and clean and organized. Everything that you need, you know, it's done safely, respectfully. And you know, your tech, like I feel like I've learned so much in the last 48 hours about the supporting tech that not tech, infrastructure that's needed to run this machine. That was, you know, I'm a homeowner, but I don't fix my own water heater, let alone, you know, the type of things involved to have this run so well. But it's it's been very, very. It's like a crash course, like a university course the last couple of days here. But yeah, it's mind-boggling that you know. And I guess you and I know, maybe some of these people know that it's like what the Mayo Clinic and UCLA, they've been using, a lot of universities have been using this general technology to deal with tissues like cadavers and whatnot,
Amputations,
things like that, because it's eco-friendly, it's clean, there's no smokes, all that kind of stuff. And so as it's moved into this industry, where we serve the general public, just like you said, ground floor. This seems like the time to make the move, make the switch.
Now, anybody that is interested in this, as long as you're not corporate, qualify that, you can always get a hold of me. My cell phone number is 541-841-0077. And the same applies for anybody who has a retort. If you're having problems with it, I pride myself in having always maintained my own equipment and rebuilds and all the repairs that have been needed. And that's really given me a skill set that is unusual, because this is such a niche business, and these machines are so specific to what they do that even some of the techs that I've spoken to that are, you know, working for the big guys, you know, the Matthews and the other crematory manufacturers, because a lot of their money is in the repairs. That's just the bottom line. They'll sell you the equipment, and as soon as it breaks, you're going to have to pay big dollars to fly these guys out here, and they can spend, you know, days and days and days trying to diagnose a problem when it might be as simple as an internal fuse in the machine. So, you're welcome to call me, try to help you. And if you were looking to buy one of these things, I'm working with Joe Wilson on this. You know, these particular machines require a fair bit of infrastructure, as you have seen. I mean, I have a room full of equipment. And I don't mean to scare you or dissuade you, because it looks overwhelming, as you know, when you walked in.
It totally did, yeah.
You know, but
once you start to understand what's needed.
Correct. As you follow the logical progression of what is needed to make this machine what it is, which is, you know, the fastest alkaline hydrolysis machine on the planet. That's just the bottom line. Okay, nobody can tell you any different than that. I know people make outlandish claims about all kinds of stuff, but this is truly the Challenger Hemi version of the Aquamation machine. It really is. So let's get started, and then we'll just show them basically how this kind of operates, and then we'll take it from there.
You're the teacher, I'm the student here, so yeah, I'm going to shut up.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this just a bit. Now this door has to close firmly. This is a big, heavy door. It weighs a lot, and so we have to give it a good close. And then these latches here will come around, and this is a pressurized vessel. It's very safe, but it has to be thought out, which it has been by Joe from Bioresponse Solutions and his team, Randy, Luke, his son, all these people. So this is a small American company with real ingenuity and quality in mind. So I can't say enough good things about Bioresponse Solutions. Frankly, I was super happy with this piece of equipment, just ecstatic. So these locks go in here and lock the door in. Okay.
It's like a submarine.
Yeah.
It's like a pipeline.
Well, it is a pipeline. It's a hatch for a pipeline. Is what originally it was built by Twin Lock Enclosures. Again, American company, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And it's heavy.
It is way heavy, yeah. So what we're going to do here is put this, now this is it keeps it from opening, right? It locks in these locks so it can't inadvertently be pushed open or anything like that. It keeps the machine safe. And it also has a function of being a bit of a relief valve, although the main relief valve is up here. But this has a lot of fail-safe things built into it.
That's just like excess pressure.
Yeah, and if there's any excess pressure, that line goes up through the roof and just releases the steam, and you're good to go. So this thing will never blow off or blow the door off of it, even though it is a...
Can I move this closer?
No, I think we're
good.
okay, but hey, this isn't.
Yeah, it's not Hollywood.
Yeah, it's not Hollywood.
It's California, but it's not that California.
We're now working for MCA over here,
Right.
so I'm going to come over here to the control panel, and I'm going to enter this gentleman's weight, which is keep that top secret.
Yeah.
And I'm going to enter how many pounds of alkaline I put in here, which is this has already been recharged, ready for you guys to just see the islands. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tilt this vessel up, because this has heaters in the back, and we don't want to fill the whole thing with water, because that's just a waste of water. This thing is very efficient. So by tilting it, we can submerge those rear heaters without having to fill the entire vessel. So let's get going with that.
This thing alone, this tilter, this seems like something out of a space shuttle.
This is all high-end equipment. It really is.
You're barely turning that.
Oh, no, this is even, a child would move this.
Yeah.
This is really, it's a gearbox is what this is. But everything that you see up here, this is all high-quality, U.S.-made stuff. They have spared no expense on this, and I really want to emphasize that, because not to sound like a protectionist, but we do have to protect our industries and protect our workers and protect the people who actually are here, trying to take care of their families and trying to do the right thing. So when you have industries like Bioresponse Solution that makes it a point to stay within, the USA for all the parts that they put into their equipment, that means something to me anyway. So now what we're going to do is, this is how easy this is, right? That's it. How about that for simple? So now she's going to start flooding the tank, and you can hear the valves opening. I don't know if you can hear it on video, but valves are opening, the tank starts flooding.
I can hear your
all the equipment is
humming away right now.
We have a reserve tank of water back there. We have some heaters and a steam generator, all the things that make this thing super efficient, super fast. Again, you got any closing words? Did you give the name of your operation over there? Kind of make sure that
I did, yeah, Life Transitions in Chatham, Ontario, and we're going to try to maybe reach out to you on Facebook too, try to connect you guys, because you know, I know you kind of fighting the Facebook thing there, but
I mean,
you want to get the word out about this.
Yeah, I agree with getting the word out. I agree with getting the correct word out. I think, you know,
well, being the voice of the correct word about it, that's you kind of differentiate yourself.
And you know, I look forward to working with you and your installers to make sure that everything goes smoothly and that you're able to get.
Do you like snow?
I do not. I'm Caribbean. You know, I don't know if they'd allow me into Canada, but
it's quite adjusted.
Yeah. You know, maybe I can meet you on the Detroit border. But listen, the way technology is these days, and with the internet and cameras and phones and all of this stuff, all of this can be done just like I do the repairs of the retorts, or I have videos of the installation of this thing. Now those videos aren't probably as exact as you will need.
But it opens out a window, though. Like, I know my wife is sick of hearing me say this, but I'm watching one of your videos, and you give your cell phone. I stopped the video and read it back, like, did he just give his cell phone? Then I texted you, and I thought, wow, that was easy. You're actually getting back to me. So it's the internet is it's a powerful tool.
And my plan is, so I showed the unloading, I showed the placement of this machine, I showed some of the connections. The infrastructure is already in for all three machines. Ultimately, this facility will have three. You can kind of see it overhead, the piping, and then back there, all the electrical and stuff like that. So this is more of a plug and play. When this one came in, I was still kind of fiddling and getting everything organized and putting everything in place. So my plan is to, on the next installment of installation of these machines, and we'll have one more also, is to film it more on a DIY type of, when I see some of these mechanics online when they go through a rebuild of an engine or something like that.
Totally.
Like a little bit more specificity so people can really get a feel. And as far as the, your infrastructure, I told you I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you all the necessary parts and pieces and the things you need. And then all you really need, honestly, I mean, I'm a DIY. I can't hire anybody. It's against my beliefs, But I understand, that you are a person who just wants to get it done. And all you really need to do is find a competent, competency is job one. A competent and reliable plumber and an electrician. That's all you need. And then as far as the installation, I don't think you're going to be fooling around a forklift like I do and analyze equipment or cranes or anything like that. But you can hire a rigging company and they can set it for you. So you tell them exactly what you need. Make sure it's level and make sure it's tied down and earthquake proof. So you've got the sizing tied down and stuff like that.
Once it's in, it's in. Sure, but I thought when you mentioned the corporate thing and the pushback in Indiana, when these are built, a corrupt politician blocked it. So where these are built, they can't even use it.
I know. I've talked to Joe about that.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
and that
I got the 13 and 31 backwards. It is 31 and it may be even more. I've heard that a couple other states are almost there.
What's his son's name again? Luke.
His son.
Yeah, Luke. When I was on the phone with Luke about a month ago, he goes, as of today, and this was a month ago, we're 31 now. So that was about a month ago. Yeah. So maybe more now, but
I mean, the licensing that we went through here was difficult. It was something that we had to, struggle with. I mean, there was a lot of regulatory agencies that were involved, right? The state health department, the local health department, the city of Emeryville, the East Bay Mud.
Especially when you bring this, even the concept, like, we want to do this, like, what?
Well,
what is that? What the heck is that?
There was some getting up to speed to be able to explain what we were
Yeah.
hoping to do.
Right.
But here it is. And you know, I'll just leave you with this thought. There's nothing that you can't do without grit and determination. You know, so if you have grit and determination, you will succeed at anything that you try. And I honestly believe, you know, in a lot of ways I feel bad for this younger generation. They didn't have, or they do not have, quite the opportunities that I found myself with as a young man. The opportunity to, you know, buy property like the one I'm standing here, and things like that. But don't give up. You know, it's about just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. If you have a dream, if you have an idea, if you want to make yourself independent, and frankly, the potential for wealth in this industry is great. That's why the corporates have taken it all over.
Right.
You know, they know that there's money to be made. But my suggestion to anybody who's operating is, you know, there's certain golden rules, right? So you want to be honest, you want to be empathetic, you have to be competent. Competency is just so important in this day and age. And you have to be responsible and reliable. Those are the keys to success in any industry, but in this one, that's for sure. Yeah. Anyway, www.interment.com. You guys know what to do. I can't even remember the whole thing with the, you know, subscribe and this and the other. Do whatever you want, do whatever you don't. It doesn't really matter to me, but I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. And, you know, if you made it all the way through this, hope you're still awake.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.